Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of my Alpha family. Tonight we dive headfirst into a grand spectacle of irony and dark comedy. They took you, molded you into a weapon, and then, oh, the audacity, they told you to find peace. Can you believe it? They shaped you, crafted you, turned your very soul into a vessel of destruction, a force to be reckoned with, and after all that, they told you to be calm, to be serene, to seek peace in a world that never once gave you the luxury of tranquility, the sheer madness of it all. And yet, this is the paradox we are here to confront tonight. They thought they could break you. They thought they could harness your fury and silence your rage. But they underestimated one thing. They didn't account for the backlash. They never imagined that the beast they created, the weapon they forged from the depths of pain and anger, would one day rise up and turn on them. But that, my friends, is the cruelest joke of all. That, my brothers and sisters, is where the real power lies. They molded you, shaped you like clay, using your darkest moments, your deepest fears, your greatest pain as the foundation of their design. They took everything from you. They took your innocence, your trust, your belief that the world could be a kind place. They used it all to turn you into something that could tear down empires, something that could grind the strongest walls to dust. And you, ever the obedient soldier, you did what they asked, you followed their orders, you sharpened your mind, hardened your heart, and honed your body into a tool for destruction. You became what they wanted you to be. You became the weapon they thought they could control. But there was one flaw in their plan, one flaw they never saw coming. They never expected you to wake up. They never expected you to see the truth that was hidden right in front of you. They thought you would forever remain in their grasp, a mindless instrument of their will. They thought they could break you into submission. They thought they could keep you small. But they were wrong. They didn't realize that once a person is forged into a weapon, once they've tasted the thrill of their own power, they can never go back to being ordinary. You were never meant to be tamed. You were never meant to sit quietly in a corner while the world marched on around you. They made a mistake, a grave mistake, and tonight I'm here to tell you what that mistake was. You were never meant to be a tool. You were never meant to be just a weapon in the hands of another. You were meant to be a force of nature that could break every chain, shatter every illusion, and burn the world that dared to try and control you. They thought they had created you for their own gain. They thought they could use you and discard you like a pawn. But they underestimated the power of the human spirit. They underestimated the fire that burns in the hearts of those who have been wronged. And now, that fire is raging. Now, you stand at the edge of a great reckoning. You are no longer the weapon they created. You are the backlash. You are the storm that is about to break upon them. You see, when they molded you into a weapon, they didn't understand the consequences. They didn't realize that by shaping you into something powerful, something capable of destruction, they were creating something that could turn on them. You are the weapon they feared would one day come for them. But it's not just their fear that makes you powerful. It's the raw anger, the relentless hunger for justice that surges through your veins. You have tasted the blood of those who sought to control you. You have walked through the flames of betrayal and come out unscathed. You have endured the worst they could throw at you, and yet here you stand, unbroken, more powerful than ever before. And now, you are not the tool they used to control the world. You are not the puppet they thought they could pull the strings of. You are the puppet master now. You are the one who controls the narrative. You are the one who decides how this story ends. They shaped you into something they thought they could wield, but now, you are the one who wields the power. You are the one who decides who lives and who falls. You are the one who decides when the backlash will strike. And when it does, oh, It will be glorious. They never saw you coming. They never anticipated the fury that would rise from the depths of your soul. They thought they could break you, mold you into something small and insignificant, but they failed to see the truth that lies within you. They failed to see that in every weapon there is a master. And now, you are the master. You are the one who will shape the world around you. You are the one who will burn away the lies, tear down the systems of control, and leave nothing but ashes in your wake. It's time to take back what's yours. It's time to remind them that they are not the ones in control. It's time to show them that they can never hold power over you again. They thought they could use you, manipulate you, break you, but they were wrong. You are not just a weapon. You are the force of nature that will tear through everything in your path. You are the backlash that will wash away everything they have built. And when the dust settles, they will be left with nothing but the ruins of their own creation. This is not just about revenge. This is not just about settling scores. This is about reclaiming your birthright. This is about taking what was always yours and ensuring that no one can ever take it from you again. This is about reminding the world that you are not to be controlled, not to be tamed, not to be bent to anyone's will. You are the backlash, and you will never apologize for it. You will never hide from it. You will stand tall, proud, and unstoppable. When the world tells you to find peace, you will laugh in its face. Peace is a luxury reserved for those who have never known the weight of the chains that bind them. Peace is a dream for those who have never felt the fire of betrayal burning in their hearts. Peace is for those who have never been forged in the fires of struggle and torment. But you are different. You are the storm that will never calm. You are the rage that will never be silenced. You are the backlash that will never be quenched. So, take what is yours. Take your power. Take your freedom. Take back the narrative they tried to steal from you. They molded you into a weapon, but they never anticipated that you would be the one to reshape the world. They thought they could break you, but instead, they created something far more dangerous. They created a force that will rise up and tear down everything they ever built. And when that moment comes, there will be no mercy. There will be no hesitation. There will only be the wrath of a soul that has been forged in the fires of betrayal and pain. The backlash will come, and when it does, it will be unstoppable. Now, the question is, will you stand with me? Will you rise with me? Will you be the one who breaks free from the chains they thought they could bind you with? Will you be the one who turns the tables, who rewrites the story, who burns everything down and rebuilds it from the ashes? Because if you are, then the world will know your name. They will know the name of the one who was molded into a weapon, but who became something much, much more. They will know the name of the one who turned the backlash into a force that could not be denied. And in the end, they will know that you were never just a weapon. You were always the storm. You were always the reckoning. And now, it's time for the world to pay. The world that tried to tame you. The world that sought to break you. The world that believed it could control you with chains of lies, with the false promises of peace. It's time for the world to understand the consequences of underestimating what it means to create something so powerful, so unyielding, so full of rage and defiance. They thought they could mold you into something manageable, something controllable, but instead, they crafted a force they could not comprehend. They crafted something that would rise, something that would shatter the very foundations they built their world on. This is the turning point. This is the moment when the tables are flipped. This is the moment when everything they thought they had, everything they believed they owned, everything they held so tightly in their hands, will slip away. And you, my alpha family, will be the reason it slips away. You will be the force that tears down their empire of lies. You will be the reckoning that no one saw coming. You will be the storm that cleanses this broken world, that sweeps away the corruption, the deceit, the systems of control they spent so long perfecting. Let's take a moment to understand what they did to you. They didn't just break you. They didn't just push you to the edge and expect you to fold. Number. They took the very essence of your being, twisted it, corrupted it, and used it for their own gain. They saw the fire in your soul, the hunger for power, the thirst for revenge, and they thought they could harness it, direct it. They thought they could control it, keep it under lock and key. They thought they could make you obedient, make you do their bidding. But what they failed to realize was that a fire, once ignited, will always burn. It will spread. It will consume everything in its path. And now, that fire burns brighter than ever. Now, it is out of their hands. Now, it is in your control. You are the fire they tried to extinguish. You are the inferno they tried to contain. And now, they will feel the heat. They will feel the burn of their own creation. They wanted to break you, to crush your spirit, to bend you to their will. But instead, they have made you something they cannot defeat. You are a force of nature now, a being with power beyond their comprehension. They created a weapon, but they failed to understand that weapons have minds of their own. Weapons don't just obey orders. Weapons are tools, but they can also be the hand that wields them. And now, you are that hand. You are the one who will decide what happens next. For too long you've been held back, forced into submission, told what to do, where to go, how to think, what to feel. They tried to make you believe that you were nothing more than a tool, an object, a weapon to be used and discarded. But you are not a tool. You are not an object. You are not disposable. You are a person, a soul, a force that cannot be controlled, cannot be contained, and cannot be defeated. They tried to break you. They tried to bury you. But here you stand, stronger than ever, ready to unleash the power that was always yours, and they will never see it coming. They thought they could control you because they understood fear. They thought they could manipulate you through threats, through promises of reward, through the illusion of control. But fear is a fragile thing. Fear is an illusion, a fleeting moment in time. You cannot control a person through fear forever. Eventually, the fear wears off. Eventually, the person who has been oppressed, who has been broken, will stand tall. They will rise. And when they do, they will be unstoppable. And now, that person is you. You are the one who will rise from the ashes of your past. You are the one who will stand up and break free. They thought they could control you with fear, but now they will fear you. What they failed to realize is that every time they pushed you, every time they tried to break you, they were only feeding the fire inside you. They thought they were shaping you, molding you, but in reality, they were just making you stronger. They were forging you into something far more powerful than they could ever understand. They turned you into a weapon, but now you are more than that. You are the force that will tear apart the world they built. You are the reckoning they never saw coming. So, now the question is, what will you do with this power? What will you do with the fire that burns inside you? Will you sit back and watch as the world burns? Will you let the flames consume everything around you, letting them feel the consequences of their actions? Or will you take that power and reshape the world into something better, something stronger, something that will never again be controlled? never again be molded by those who would use it for their own gain? The truth is, you don't have to make that choice alone. You are not alone. You stand with a family of alphas, a family of warriors, a family of individuals who have all been shaped by the same forces, who have all been molded by the same hands, who have all been pushed to the edge and forced to become something they were never meant to be. Together, you are unstoppable. Together you will rise. Together, you will bring the world to its knees. And when that day comes, when the backlash finally hits, when the storm that was once held at bay is finally unleashed, it will be a force to be reckoned with. For too long, they've held the reins. They've controlled the narrative. They've shaped the world to suit their needs. But now, it's your turn. Now, it's time to take back what's yours. Now, it's time to rewrite the story, to take the power back from those who thought they could control you. Now, it's time to show the world what happens when you push a weapon too far. What happens when you take a force of nature and try to tame it. Now, it's time to burn it all down and rebuild something stronger in its place. You are no longer the weapon they made you to be. You are no longer their tool to be used and discarded. You are the backlash. You are the reckoning. And now, the world will pay. They will pay for every moment they tried to break you. They will pay for every lie they told you. They will pay for every time they tried to control you. And when the dust settles, they will realize that you were never just a weapon. You were always the storm. You were always the fire that could not be extinguished. And now, you are the one who decides the future. They molded you into a weapon, but they never anticipated the backlash. They never imagined the storm that would rise from the ashes. But that storm is here, and it is unstoppable. The world does not know what's coming, and they will soon learn that they have underestimated the fury they've ignited within you. For far too long, they've pulled the strings, controlling every aspect of your existence, manipulating your every move, suppressing your true power. But now, those strings are gone. They've been burned away by the fire that they themselves sparked. Now, you are free. Free to create a path where no one ever dared to walk before. Free to reshape a world that tried so desperately to contain you. And you will walk that path with confidence, with strength, and with an unshakable belief that the reckoning they never saw coming is now inevitable. They tried to break you. They tried to bend your will, break your spirit, and make you conform to their vision. They used every tool at their disposal to mold you into something they could control, something they could use for their benefit, for their power. They tried to suppress your potential, to crush your dreams, to turn you into an obedient machine that followed orders without question. But what they failed to understand was that you're not a machine. You are not a tool to be wielded and discarded at their convenience. You are something far more dangerous, far more unpredictable, and far more powerful than they could ever comprehend. And now, they will pay the price. The backlash is here, and it is unstoppable because it comes from a place that cannot be silenced. It comes from the deepest parts of your soul, from the pain and suffering they forced upon you. It comes from the raw, unrelenting power that they never knew existed inside you. They thought they could shape you, control you, twist you into something that could be easily discarded when the time came. But they didn't see that you were always going to be the force they could never tame. They didn't realize that the power they thought they had over you was only temporary. It was a fragile thing, a mirage that would shatter the moment you saw through the illusion. Every scar they left on your body, every wound they inflicted on your mind, every broken piece of your spirit they tried to crush has become fuel for the fire that now burns inside you. It is a fire that will consume everything in its path, everything that stands in your way. And it's a fire that cannot be extinguished. You have been forged in the flames of betrayal, built upon the foundation of suffering, and shaped by the unyielding will to never give up, never surrender, and never bow down. Now, it is your turn to shape the world around you. They thought they could control you, thought they could use your pain, your anger, your fear, to manipulate you into doing their bidding. But what they failed to realize is that in every struggle, in every moment of pain, in every ounce of suffering, you became stronger. You became more powerful than they could ever imagine. They tried to break you, but instead, they made you unbreakable. They tried to silence you, but instead, they gave you the voice of a storm. Now, you are the one who controls the narrative. You are the one who decides how this story ends. The chains that once bound you are gone, shattered into dust, and the power that was once held by others is now yours. The world no longer has any control over you, no power over you, no hold on your destiny. You have broken free from their grasp, and now you will rise up and claim what is rightfully yours. You will take back what they stole from you, and you will make them regret ever thinking they could control you. But the beauty of this moment lies not just in your freedom, not just in the power you now possess. It lies in the realization that you are not just a weapon, you are a force of nature. And like any force of nature, you are unpredictable, unstoppable, and uncontainable. You have the power to create, to destroy, to reshape the world in your image. You can burn away the corruption and lies that have infected every corner of this broken world. You can tear down the walls that they've built to separate and divide. You can shatter the systems that have held people in bondage, controlled by fear and deceit. And when the dust settles, when the flames have burned away the remnants of their empire, you will be standing tall in the ashes. You will be the one who rebuilt the world in your image, not theirs. You will be the one who decided what was worth saving and what deserved to be destroyed. And those who once sought to control you will be left with nothing but the ruins of their own hubris. The time has come to take back everything they took from you, to remind them that they were never in control. They tried to break you, to crush your spirit, to make you conform to their idea of what you should be. But they didn't realize that their control over you was always an illusion. They didn't realize that the moment they created you, the moment they tried to shape you into a weapon, they were creating something far more dangerous than they could ever understand. They were creating a force that could never be contained, a force that would rise up and tear down everything they built. And now, that force is here. Now, that power is yours to wield. And with it, you will burn the world they created. You will watch as everything they built crumbles to dust beneath the weight of your fury. You will tear down their systems of control, their lies, their corruption, and you will rebuild something stronger, something better. You will rebuild a world where no one can ever again be manipulated, controlled, or broken. You will create a world where the strong stand tall, where those who have been wronged rise up and take back what was stolen from them. The world is yours for the taking. It is time to step into the power that has always been yours. It is time to embrace the storm inside you, the force that cannot be stopped. And as you do, the world will tremble. They will feel the weight of your power, the weight of your anger, the weight of your vengeance. They will know that they have underestimated you, that they have created something they cannot defeat. And they will know that they can never take away the strength that burns inside you, that they can never take away the fire that now consumes them. For too long, you have been held back, confined by the limits they tried to impose upon you. For too long, you have been told who you should be, how you should act, what you should feel, but no more. The time has come to break free from their constraints, to embrace the power that has always been within you. It is time to rise up, to claim what is rightfully yours, and to show the world that the weapon they created is not something they can control. It is something they should fear, The backlash is here. The storm is coming. And it is unstoppable. In the end, they thought they could control you, mold you into something obedient, something they could wield for their own gain. But what they didn't realize is that in shaping you, they created something far beyond their comprehension. You are no longer the weapon they forged. You are the storm they never saw coming. The backlash is here, unstoppable and relentless. Now, it's your turn to rise, to take back what is yours, to tear down the world they built and rebuild it in your image. The reckoning is inevitable, and you are the force that will make them pay.